Hello everyone and welcome to this Nordic Angler's fly tying session. Today we're going to tie a small nymph. This is called the universal nymph, and the reason why I have dubbed this the universal nymph is because it is basically the essence of what a nymph is. It's simple, it's shaggy, and it just performs really well. So it's composed of very few materials, and in essence this just looks like food to a trout, and that's why it's so good. So a nice, easy to tie, fast little nymph, and here is how this fly is tied. Today we're gonna tie the universal nymph. This is a fairly simple pattern, but it's kind of, as I said before, it's kind of the essence of a nymph. So let's get started. I'm gonna use a fairly heavy hook. I'm gonna use the Arex 580 in size 10 because that's easier for you to see what we're actually doing. And on this I'm gonna attach a 3.5 millimeter cyclop bead, a brass bead here, in black. And the black color is nice for this fairly dark nymph pattern. You could use tungsten as well, if you wanted to really get down deep. But for this overall general purpose, then the brass one is nice. Basically, just add some tying thread to the hook here. Move it all the way down to the hook bend. And then we need a tail, and for this I'm just going to use a feather. You could either use a partridge feather or some of these whiting Brahma here is just absolutely amazing. It's difficult to get complete skins, complete birds of the partridge, so I just tend to use the Brahma instead. So basically I just pull off a small piece of a small amount of the fibers of the feathers here, and then I tie these down on top of the hook, just so they are maybe approximately half the length of the body or something like that is a good measuring standard. There we go. Then it takes some dubbing, and a really good dubbing for this and the dubbing that we use a lot for nymphs and stuff is the SLF squirrel dubbing. It has a lot of coarser hairs and it just looks like food basically. So I take some of this, add it to the thread, and here you want to distribute it so that you get a tapering on your fly, so that it's less thick and less dense at the beginning here, and then gradually it becomes more dense and you apply more material as you move up towards the bead. Just add a bit more dubbing. Oh, that's nice and tapered, and as you can see it looks a bit shaggy and a bit ragged, and looks like food, and that's why this nymph is so good. This is kind of the generic nymph, you know. It's kind of like the essence and the how a nymph could look like in principle. So it's fairly simple, but it just looks so much as food that it's just a great pattern. And simple is sometimes very good. Then I'm gonna take a smaller hackle, and I'm gonna take another Brahma or a partridge hackle, and basically I pulled off all the fluffy stuff down here, and then I carefully folded the rest of the feather back, so I only have the tip that is still as it was, and then I tie this down on top of the hook so that the shiny side of the feather is pointing upwards, because when I turn it, then all the feathers, the natural curve of the feather will fold back. Here we go. And then I turn my feather here, turn my hackle. Basically just fasten the hackle stem here. As you can see, I'm folding the hackle stem forward and then turning behind it, and that's how it's fastened. Gonna cut off the hackle stem and then take a small amount of dubbing, just a small amount of dubbing here, and just make a small column in front of the hackle. Basically, this is to force the hackle. You know, you can go like this if you want, but this will force the hackle a bit further behind. Force it a bit down. There we go. The universal nymph tied from 2 materials, a bead and a hook, and I guarantee you this is a fish finder. There's not much to it, but it really is. This is a fish finder. So fast and easy. A nymph. You can do this in multiple, as many colors as you like. You can add some flash to the dubbing if you like. But basically, this pattern here, it's fast, it's simple, and it just works and works and works and works and works. And as I said, you can also, if you like, you can basically just add some add a tungsten instead of the or a gold one, or a tungsten bead instead of this ordinary bead, and you'll get a fly that sinks quite fast. Well, that was it for now. The universal nymph. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a web shop that's called Nordic Anglers, where you can find the full complete material kit for this fly and for many other flies. We have a really big stock of fly tying. We ship worldwide. So swing by Nordic Anglers to see the shop. And also, if you haven't done so already, it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to the channel here. So thank you for watching, and good luck out on the water.